Hello, Checkmate here, and welcome to my Let's Play Kerbal Space Program series. This will be episode 9, and in our last episode we orbited the moon with a Kerbal. We got a good bit of science back from that, and in this episode I was updating the spreadsheet for our moon orbit, and I noticed that on our list we have to land a probe on the moon before we can land a Kerbal on the moon. So I thought in this episode we would try to go ahead and get a probe on the surface of the moon. Let's see how that goes. So let's get started. I'm going to build a probe, and really all I'm interested in is landing it, and I'll just send like a temperature reading and that'll be enough. That'll be all the science we're going to worry about. So this probe needs to, first of all, it needs to have propulsion, and we'll use this little Terrier engine for that. And that's going to give us, we're going to be in a vacuum, it's going to give us almost 2,000 delta V. That should be enough to land on the moon. We could probably even use this to get our capture if we need to, because the delta V map has 580 for a moon landing, so we're well over that, and then 310 to get a orbit, so we have almost twice as much as we need to do that. Now also for this probe we need, before we do this, we're going to need some controls, reaction wheels, and I want to stick a battery under here. Now for communications, I'm going to stick 2 of these high gain antennas on here. 2 of them like that, and then some solar panels, and I'm going to stick 4 around the outside here. Like that, and I'll put 1 on the top just in case we get a orientation where we're facing the sun from this end. So I'm going to move these in a little bit. Just to make it more, a little neater. Like that. Alright. So that's our capture, orbit, and land stage. We do need some landing struts. We'll put 4 of these on here, like so. And I'm going to move them down a little bit so the engine doesn't bottom out when we touch down. That should be good there. Retract these. That should work. And then finally, just for the sake of science, we'll have 1 temperature probe on there like that. Okay, now we want to be able to decouple this here before our landing, so we're going to have a decoupler, and then we need to cover this with a fairing. Let's see if we can use a smaller one. Should be able to come out. A little bit more. There we go. Look at that. Make it silver. I like that. I wish I could make the whole rocket silver like that. Alright, so now for our second stage, because this is third and we're counting backwards, we're going to go to our second stage. I'm going to put 4 of these. With a reliant engine. And I'm just using that for the thrust. Oh, I want to put another reaction wheel down here at the bottom. I think that helps us. It seems to help anyway. Tuck that in there where nobody can see it. Alright, now I'm going to use 4 thumpers on the first stage. So I'm going to go ahead and put 4 in symmetry, 4 decouplers. I may need to use these. Well, let's see if we hit. I don't think we'll hit. I just don't want the top of my thumpers to hit this. So I'm going to go about the center, and I need to put 4 of them. Slide these down just a little bit, and like that, and I'll slide these down some more. Like that. And then with some nose cones, we'll see if that will clear. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. I don't think I need any strut, but we're going to put it on there just in case. Just for added stability on takeoff. I believe that'll do it. If you look right there, that gives us 6,397 delta V. The total delta V budget for this is really if we had 5625, we would have more than the delta V map calls for. So I think we're in good shape with our delta V. I do want to take a look at our thrust on these. We can turn this down a bit to maybe help with control a little bit. I think it's good right there. And my second stage, this is, I'm messing up. Gotta make sure I'm at sea level for the first stage. That's probably good. And then our second stage at sea level is 171, but we're gonna be close to 10,000 or 10 kilometers at that point, and we'll be closer to 2 by then. And then once we get into the vacuum of space, we're over 2. thought I put, did I not put fins on here? I thought I put fins on it. I need to look at, my center lift is way down here. So we've got to have some fins. Put them about right here. Because I think once these come off, my center lift is going to drop a little bit. I'm going to test it. Yeah, it drops. So let's move these up. Now the next thing to check is I burn fuel. Of course we'll be in space by then, and the aerodynamics don't play as big of a part, I don't think. I might redo this, but I wanted to just make sure we had something that would fly. Okay, I think we have something that will fly. So I'm going to call this Lunar Probe Lander 1. We'll save that and let's just give it a test and see. Thrust up, SAS on, and let us lift off. And just like with our last moon visit, we want to try to get our heading at 90 degrees, or as close as we can. Start listing over. So I don't have any of the pro-grade vector markers, so I'm going to have to fly this one manually all the way up. Just don't want to get over aggressive with my banking here. Surprisingly stable so far. Well, spoke too soon. That always happens. So why did this do that? That's disappointing. It was very stable until that one point right there. So maybe if we put some fins on the back of these, because I'm guessing as this fuel dropped, my weight went up. Go ahead and put out the gears. Give ourselves a test run here. Deployment would destroy the part. So we're going too fast to deploy the antenna. Oh well, let's let it crash and burn and go back to the drawing board. Alright, well, so what went wrong there? Guess we can look at this, and then if we pull the fuel out, I don't understand that. As you pull the fuel out, I guess that should have flown. Yeah, it's taking it out of all four of them equally. I don't know why that didn't fly better. So what if we have some more wings? Am I thinking about this wrong with the rockets? Do I want this to be farther back? I may be thinking about this wrong in terms of rockets. It's different than airplanes. I may want this, because in this case it's drag and it's not lift, so we want it to, I think we want it, let's try this before I go changing things too much. Let's just see how I mean, it's a probe, so it's not killing anybody. So let's just try it with that, with those fins pulled down, and see if that helps with the drag being farther back like that. I have to go watch some of Mike's videos on rocket aero or rocket dynamics. I want to get the concept down so that way we can build something in the future with confidence and know that we've got it designed where it will fly properly. Because later down the road we're going to be going on some long trips with some big rockets. Okay, it was at about halfway mark when it started tipping over on me. Starting to get some of that atmospheric resistance. I would say it's flying better, but I'm going to jinx myself if I do that. Okay, so that stage did do better. I think we may have just solved our riddle here. So I think when it comes to rockets, it's better to have this. We're actually in space. I can go ahead and cut my engines. Pretty steep angle still though, but maybe we can get an orbit. So I think when in terms of rocketry, you want your drag to be farther behind your center of mass. I think that's what I've been doing wrong. Let's go ahead and turn this over, see if we can get back on our 90-degree heading. And a minute 23, I'm going to start my burn a little earlier than normal. I'm going to start it at 1 minute because we're pretty steep angle. Okay, that is great. We got plenty of delta V left. So now let's look at getting ourselves a moon encounter. We'll set it as a target. Maybe somewhere around here if we add a maneuver. encounter there. How much time is that? It's only 7 minutes. I can probably dial this in inside of 7 minutes. What that would look like. Let's focus this view. Okay, so this is our escape. If we come in retrograde, I don't really want to do that. I'd like to come in prograde. There we go. And that's a 40 kilometer, 41 kilometer periapsis. See if we can burn that down a little bit. That is perfect. We're up in 5 minutes. I'll take that. And we can do this entire encounter maneuver with our first or second stage still. So we're definitely, oh, I need to blow this fairing. Antenna's out. I don't know why they don't both open together, because I put them on in symmetry. Electric charge is good. So let's line up on our maneuver node. I have my caps lock on. This gives me a little finer control. Alright, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to warp to the maneuver node. And there's the moon in our sights. And we have to realign just a little bit here. Just thinking I might want to turn this thrust down. What's that do to my time, my burn time? Yeah, let's do that. Simply because I want to be able to do a little fine detail on the burn when we get closer here. And go. Getting close. Perfect. Let's do that right there. Outstanding. So, need to find the sun. There's the sun. And I'm going to turn this ship to get my panels facing it while we're traveling. Alright, we're charged up. So now we can warp ahead, and those panels will be facing the sun. I want to look at one thing here. I can't complain with that. That's pretty good. See, I wanted to show you where are, oh, there they are. So see, we have 2 relay. So this is going to help us maybe if we end up on the back side. You know, we need a 3rd one, and they need to be spaced a little different so we have constant communication. But I don't know, they're there. It may help a little bit. I'm gonna turn those back off for now to reduce clutter. I'm gonna go ahead and warp to here. Batteries are still good, and we have signal strength. Alright, so we need to get our orbit capture, so I'm going to add a maneuver node here, and we'll burn retrograde. Just going to pull that apoapsis on down. What is that? That's 58. If I have 17, let's see if we can get it pretty circular here. So that's changed to 15. That is a 17 by 17. It's not quite circular, but that's close enough, I believe. Works for me. So I'm going to go ahead and line up on that node. Let's warp to it. Get our capture, and then we'll figure out where we want to touch down. Probably maybe inside this crater here. I think we'll be in the daylight side in comm range. And it's a pretty big target to hit. And burn. So I was trying to get this to about 17. Just watch my periapsis too, because it's coming down. I don't want that to come down. Okay, we may have to swing around to here. Yeah, that's probably fine. We're going to be a little high, so we're probably going to go ahead and orbit around. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and orbit. I'm going to look first to make sure we're lined up to where we'll get sun exposure when we come back around the other side here. I think if I swing like this, and roll just a little bit. Yeah, because we're about to go around the dark side here. We could lose. We don't have much battery on this. Maybe should have brought more. But if we lose power, at least when we come back to here, we should be oriented to where we can recharge our batteries. So we'll go ahead and warp to here. Let's watch this charge and see how much we lose. That's not too bad. You just never know until you do it. We should start recharging now. But we're not quite around it yet. Here it comes. Okay. I wanted to do another burn. Just to get it a little more circular. Turn this one off and turn this one on. So that would be 17. 16. That'll be 15 by 15 if we can dial that in. It's going to require these thrusters to be turned way down. Okay, we'll do that. Signal strength is down. Let's back up now. I didn't notice, did we ever lose signal strength? I have to go back and watch. I'm just curious how those relay satellites helped us. Alright. And mark. Watching this apoapsis here. Let's say it was 15 by 15. Okay. I can live with that. That little rear solar panels coming in handy. Alright, so we're at the point we need to go ahead and separate this section. And I think I'm going to point this at the moon. fairing. There's that section. And now let's start planning where we're going to land. So we're here. We're going to come back around here. We may end up missing that, because I think we're going to be out of comm. It depends on if our relay satellite is over here or not. They're probably not going to help us much. I don't want to chance it. So I'm going to have to start my burn here. I should be in comm range here. Let's just see where we can touch down. I guess we're going to go for this big open patch here in the middle then. So we'll want to burn retrograde. This is going to spin a little bit under us as we go, so maybe I'm going to shoot for about the center here. So that's going to be a well, it's going to end up being a retrograde burn. So let's give this a shot. I want to watch our comm as we go around here. Bouncing through relay. Well, we could have done our burn there. Now one trick, I'll have this nav ball like that. So that way my up and down is WS right there. So we're getting close to our burn. And then the trick is going to be, we want to get this surface speed down as low as we can and get this retrograde vector indicator up towards the top. Oh, I should have been burning. Let's burn a little bit more. All right. As we get closer to our landing area, I'll start burning. This looks like a pretty flat area right in here. This whole area looks flattened off if you look at it, kind of. I really don't want to land in that crater, but I'm sure we'll miss it. It's really anywhere in here I could probably start burning. So we're set on surface now. I'm just going to start burning. kill off this surface speed. Altitude will take care of itself. You slow down enough, you're gonna fall. Start throttling up some here. See that? We don't want this to shoot too far. We'll just corral it. Nope. I've burned too much. I've swapped my direction here. Well, I guess we're landing right here. Remember to set this to terrain. Really don't want to land in that crater, so we can get off of that. I'm actually going up at the moment, and now we're going back down. If you saw my other video on the airplanes, we talked about this vertical speed indicator. That also holds true here, so we're currently descending at a pretty good clip here. We'll start slowing that back down a little bit. We want this prograde vector to be right on the ball, on top of the ball there. I'm kind of struggling here because have horizontal speed, so I'm still moving. I'm going back up again. The thrust is maybe too high on this. Alright, we're going back down. keep an eye on this little altimeter here. I don't want to be dropping at 10 meters per second. There's about 5. I'm just going to drift down. I'll get it just about 0 here because I want to. Going back up. I'm getting my controls backwards because I'm not oriented properly here. There we go. Touchdown. Excellent. We made it. Where'd we end up landing? Probably not where we had planned. Well, we're right here. So I guess we were shooting for this area and we missed it horribly. But hey, we're on the surface. So let's get that science. Log temperature. That's pretty good for transmitting. Let's watch this battery and see how much it takes. I'm at full charge. It took about almost 60 to get that. Oh wow, are we out of fuel? This tank empty? That was just enough fuel. We're absolutely empty. I didn't expect that. I wasn't even watching that. Good thing we set it down when we did, huh? One thing I was playing with is you can adjust these spring damper. Let's see how we're not level. If you slide this down, well, maybe I'm wrong. I thought I could adjust the level. There's not enough weight. Well, anyway, so that's so on year 1, day 23, hour 3, minute 47, we touched down a probe on the moon. Land probe on surface of moon. Check that one off. Year 1, day 23, hour 3, minute 47. And we transmitted some data. So now we are clear to go if we want to land a Kerbal on the moon. And then we also need to start working on Minmus. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. We're on the moon. Just grabbing a couple of screenshots here. Alright, well thanks for watching. Next episode, I don't know if we're going to go get this done for Minmus, or if we'll go ahead and plan on landing a Kerbal on the moon. But I'll sort that out and we'll make us a plan in the next video. So thanks for watching. If you want to follow my progress on this 50-point challenge, just don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode.